Time now for sports news with Olumide Macaulay.
Thank you so much. Welcome to Sports News. The Minister of Sports, Bolaji Abdullahi, has expressed optimism that the country will consolidate on the success achieved in 2013. Speaking to Channel Sports via telephone, Mr. Abdullahi says strategies are being put together for an improved second edition of the National Youth Games. The minister, who is pleased with the way the first edition of the Youth Games turned out, revealed grassroots sports and talent development programs will be given attention this year. On the African Nations Championships, he says he's confident the home-based Eagles will do well, adding that the Federation will work with them to achieve a good outing in South Africa. And now to basketball. In spite of failing to qualify for this year's FIBA World Basketball Championships in Spain, Nigeria has been rated the second best playing country in Africa. In the latest ranking unveiled by the World Basketball governing body FIBA, the Tigers are currently trailing African champions Angola, who are the #1 team on the continent. Tunisia moved up to third, while Côte d'Ivoire displaced Senegal to claim the fourth spot. Cameroon retained the fifth position. Egypt, Cape Verde, Central African Republic, and Morocco complete the top 10 best basketball playing countries in Africa. From there to football, the Football Federation has secured the services of the Guinean center referee Yakuda Keita to handle Saturday's potentially explosive international friendly match between Nigeria and Ethiopia at the Abuja National Stadium. 38-year-old Keita will be assisted by compatriots Mustafa Toure and Abdul Rafi. Saturday's match has been arranged by the NFF to prepare the Super Eagles team, made up of players from the domestic league, for the African Nations Championships in South Africa. Nigeria will play host nation South Africa, Mali, and Mozambique in Group A of the biennial showpiece. Now, Cardiff City have confirmed the appointment of Gunnar Solskjaer as the club's first team manager. He takes over from Marky McKay, who was sacked by controversial owner Vincent Tan last month, following weeks of speculation. He made his first steps into management at the Norwegian side Molde, taking over in 2011 and leading them to a couple of National League titles and a cup triumph. He becomes the fourth Norwegian to take charge of an English league club, following Olsen at Wimbledon in 1999, so Bakken at Wolves in 2012, and Berg at Blackburn in 2012 as well.
I've always wanted to come back into the Premier League, of course, and after meeting Mehmet and speaking to Mehmet, I have to say he convinced me to come, and of course I've been watching football, and the passion of the fans, the passion in and around the area with a club that's going forward is for me a fantastic challenge. One of the factors that intrigue me most about Cardiff is the passion of the fans, is that they love their club, is the support they give their heroes. Every single Saturday they come out there and scream their hearts out for the heroes, and if you want to manage a football club, you want that passion, and I'm really looking forward to convincing them that I'm the right man to take the club forward.
Finally, we finish with the sports of darts. Dutchman Michael van Gogh won his first world darts title by beating Peter Wright 7-4 to help make up for losing his final to Phil Taylor last year. The 24-year-old odds-on favorite lost just 2 legs in taking the first 4 sets, but then had to survive a determined fight back from the 16-seeded Scott Wright. The victory saw the Dutchman take over as world #1 from 16-time world champion Taylor, who lost in the second round.
Well, even now, if Wright doesn't take out one of the most famous of all world championship finishes, Van Gerwen will come back. But it's important for him to leave a single darter. Well, that will do for the championship. We all know.
That's it on sports. The news at 10 continues in just a moment.
unveiling the new look of Guinness. Discover a colorful world of more.
Now to the foreign scene. The second day of the year has seen violence and bloodshed in some parts of the world, beginning with South Sudan, where even though peace talks are imminent, fighting continues on the ground. Amarachi Ubani tells us more in the day's summary of major stories beyond our shores.
Both sides in the fighting have been quite reluctant to drop their weapons, and aid agencies are worried that they're running out of supplies to cater to the hundreds coming to the humanitarian camps every day. Although they were scheduled to hold talks as soon as possible, that appears to be on hold for now, as the full government delegation is yet to arrive in the Ethiopian capital, Addis Ababa. Witnesses say the capital, Juba, is now likened to a war zone. Meanwhile, South African police have revealed the exiled former Rwandan intelligence chief killed in his Johannesburg hotel room was strangled. Police say Patrick Karegeya was found with a rope and a bloody towel. A former head of Rwanda's Foreign Intelligence Service has lived in South Africa for the past 6 years after he was granted political asylum. Then 5 people were killed and 20 more injured following blasts from a car bomb in the Lebanese capital, Beirut. The city has been recently hit by attacks linked to heightened Sunni-Shia tensions over the Syrian war. No group has yet claimed responsibility for the attack, but fingers point to militant group Hezbollah. Over in Iraq, special forces say they're trying to take control of 2 cities under siege by jihadist militants. Fighting has been going on in the cities of Fallujah and Ramadi in the province of Anbar, where Sunni militant activity has been on the rise. In the meantime, local officials say a suicide car bomb killed 12 people in the town of Baladruz. Staying in the Middle East, there's been no improvement yet on the health of former Israeli Prime Minister Ariel Sharon. Doctors said his condition is now critical with some danger to life. The 85-year-old has suffered 2 strokes in 8 years, a second which left him in a vegetative state since 2006. Finally, 52 passengers and 22 crew members have been rescued from the ice-bound research vessel Academic Shokowski, which has been trapped on sheets of ice since Christmas Eve. The vessel was being used by the Australian Antarctic expedition to follow the route explorer Douglas Mawson travelled a century ago. And those were the day's major stories. It's back to you, Bimbo.
Thank you, Amarachi. And the main news again. Nigerians in the United Kingdom have expressed worry over negative political activities, and they called for good government